Hello everyone, this is Common Speaking Errors number 52, and again, we're not really going over an error here, really, we're just going over some of the different ways in which we can use the modal verbs could and should. So one function of could that we already know of is that it presents a past ability. It acts as a past form of the modal verb can. And then we've also got should, and should is a modal verb that typically expresses duty or obligation to do something. Now, both of these can be used to show possibility and advice. Now, first we'll start with possibility. So if we are using could for a possibility, then there is maybe a smaller chance that something could happen. There is less of a chance that something can happen. If we're using should to present possibility, then there's more of a likely chance something can happen. So if I wrote the sentence, it could rain today. It could rain today. So if you said that to me, then I'm thinking the connotation carries that, it may or it may not rain. So that would be if you check the weather report and the weather report says there's 20% chance of rain. So there is a 20% chance that it could rain today. So yeah, that's when we would kind of use could. So it's kind of a maybe, maybe not. So the same thing like this sentence here. I could be home by 8. I could be home by 8 o'clock. So again, it is maybe, maybe not. Maybe I'll be home at 8. Maybe I won't be. So I just don't know. Now, the meaning of this sentence completely changes when you take could away. So if I say it should rain today, then that is a stronger possibility. So maybe the weather report has gone from 20% to maybe 90%. So it should rain today. So using should for possibility is much stronger. So the same thing with this. I could be home by 8. I should be home by 8. So this is a stronger statement. So should is going to carry a much stronger meaning than could when we're discussing possibility. Now, these can also be used for advice, and you do have to be careful because I want to say you want to use could, which is kind of casual, very light advice, and you want to use should for more, advice where it's somebody's duty or obligation to do something. So for could, you could say maybe you're talking about going on vacation. What countries are you going to go to for your summer vacation? And so we're having that discussion. Where do you want to go for summer vacation? And I could tell you, you could go to England. You could go to England. So I think could is much better used just for kind of light advice or light suggestions. You could go to England. You could go check out that restaurant down the street, or you could go bowling this weekend, or you could go to the park this weekend. So very casual, very light advice. Now with should, we want to use should with more important advice, like, you should save money. You should save money. let's say you're sick. I would say you should go to the doctor. Okay, I'm just going to end the sentence there. You should go to the doc. Um, so yes, you should save money. You should go to the doctor. So we're going to use should for more important advice. Now, you could also use could for this. So let's just say you said you could save money. If you told me you could save money, that could have a connotation that you're saying that, oh, you have the ability to save money, but you don't want to. So using could for kind of advice that expresses an obligation to do something, it can come across as a little bit sarcastic at times. So you really have to be careful with using could for things like go to the doctor or save money. You could save money. You could go to the doctor. So it does carry a bit of a connotation that you are being a little bit pretentious or so I mean I would definitely use could for more casual advice. You can use should for casual advice too if you feel real strongly. You can tell someone you should go to England if you feel really strongly about it. But you could go to England. That's more just like casual. You're just giving suggestions. So yeah, could and should. Again, for possibility, could is going to be a little weaker. Should's going to be stronger. For advice, you can use could for casual advice, and you should use more for more formal advice. To tell someone to go to the doctor or to save money. You can use both of them either way, but just be careful using could with more formal advice. So that is going to conclude this lesson for number 52, and thank you for following along.